bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Well, I'm glad you could join us. There's an organization I've seen in the Bay Area for a long time called the Academy of Art. Well, it has expanded over the years to include a number of different things, including motion pictures and television. It's a university, and the executive director is here, and Diane Baker is her name. Nice to see you, Diane.
Nice to see you, Jack.
It's interesting. You brought me some things here to look at, and one of the things is about the Diary of Anne Frank, and I was wondering how that tied in to the university.
Well, it actually doesn't. It ties into me, and I'm at the university. I've just been at the Academy of Art for the last few years teaching, and then became the executive director. But my first film as an actress was Diary of Anne Frank, and George Stevens was the first director I ever worked for. So it was a huge first opportunity for a first-time actress to have that.
And this just came out on DVD. That's
great experience, and it's a 50th anniversary of the making of the movie of Diary of Anne Frank, and it was the 80th birthday of Anne Frank on June 12th, where she to have lived. It's her 80th.
Okay.
So we had lots of celebration.
That has been an amazing story of a young woman, and it has had so much influence on so many people over the years.
A great amount of influence. I think every young schoolgirl, boy as well, all the school children at that age have been asked to read. It's part of the institutional books to be read by every school.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's part of their library.
Yeah. And the university itself now has, as I mentioned before, has sort of expanded into an areas that when I remember the Academy of Art originally, was just artists, drawing artists.
Yes.
That was it.
Yes.
And they had a little place over in North Beach, and that was the beginning. And now it's expanded, and people are coming there to learn about motion pictures.
They're coming from all over
the country. Be in the
country.
business that you have been in.
Coming from all over the country, and it was an incredible challenge for me to move from filmmaking. I'm a producer. I produced a Woman of Substance that was nominated for an Emmy for Best Miniseries in the 80s. And I produced local documentaries for KTLA on health. And I've done a lot of producing as well as acting in 50 years of my life. So for me, the challenge was education. I wanted to be in charge of being able to offer information rather than always being on the other end, waiting for a call.
Was it a transition, having been around the acting business, minor things, and knowing a lot of people in the business, to go and to sort of let go of that aspect of your life, being in films and doing things like that, to go into the teaching side of it?
Well, Jack, in part, yes, but I brought most of those people up to the school. Every semester,
you grab them by the nape of the neck and
grab them and I call them and say,
"Come with me."
I force you to give back to the students.
Yeah.
I bring most every director I've loved and worked with have come up. Joe Sargent, Harry Weiner, Randall Kleiser, Bob Butler, who did the Hill Street Blues, has been directing. He's directed. He's come up about 3 times and directed, and now I bring Bob Keats, who's a writer. I brought Frank Langella, Tippi Hedren, Millie Perkins.
And they come up and talk to the students?
They come up and they do a night talking to students. I bring them into the classroom. Marcia Mason came last December and came right into the classroom. I said, Marcia, direct the scene. So she had 2 young actors in the master's program. She jumped right in and directed the scene for them right on our little soundstage. Okay. And they love it. They love it, and I love it. And I watch, and I'm inspired every single day.
Oh, that's really good news. Well, let's remind everybody that this, the Diary of Anne Frank, George Stevens, of course, a wonderful director, and Diane Baker, who was in this movie, and we appreciate you bringing this in. It's out on DVD now, I guess for the first time, is that right?
No, it was out many years ago, but now
it's reissued, though.
This is a reissue with interviews with myself, Millie, and Mr. Stevens, and his son, George Jr.
Diane, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much for coming in.
Jack.
All right.
You're wonderful.
And thank you for watching. We appreciate that.
Thank you.